Before going into the woods, you must be well aware of some common whitetail hunting mistakes. In deer hunting, success is never random. It is the result of discipline, awareness, and the ability to avoid costly mistakes. Each season, countless hunters step into the field prepared with gear and determination, yet they continue to struggle, not because of bad luck, but because of small, overlooked errors that quietly give them away. Today, we are going to break down 10 common hunting mistakes, one by one, so you can recognize them, correct them, and walk into the woods with clarity, confidence, and a real chance at success. But before proceed in video, please subscribe to this channel and hit the like button. Number 1. Ignoring wind direction. The most advanced camouflage in the world cannot hide you from the nose of a whitetail. A deer's primary defense is its sense of smell, and it relies on the wind to survive every single day. Many beginners walk into a beautiful spot because they saw deer there yesterday, but they fail to realize the wind is blowing their scent directly into the bedding area. If the wind is at your back, you are effectively announcing your arrival to every deer within a quarter mile. Professional hunters often say they would rather hunt a bad spot with a good wind than a great spot with a bad wind. You must check the breeze constantly using a wind powder bottle or even a light thread tied to your bow or rifle. If the wind isn't right for your specific stand location, the smartest move is to stay home or hunt a different spot entirely. Number 2. Moving too much and too fast. In the quiet of the forest, any sudden movement looks like a flashing neon sign to a deer. Beginners often get restless after an hour of sitting and start shifting their weight, checking their phones, or reaching for snacks with quick, jerky motions. Vision of a whitetail is specifically designed to detect movement across a wide horizontal plane. Even if they can't tell exactly what you are, a flick of your hand or a turn of your head is enough to put them on high alert. When you are on the stand, every movement must be calculated and slow. If you need to reach for your binoculars, do it so slowly that an observer wouldn't even notice you moving. The goal is to become part of the tree itself, blending into the stillness of the environment. Number 3. Over-scouting right before the season. It is tempting to walk through your hunting property the day before the season starts to see what's out there, but this is often a recipe for disaster. When you trek through the woods, you leave behind a trail of human scent and physical disturbance that tells the local deer population they are being hunted. Beginners often make the mistake of checking trail cameras or walking through bedding areas far too frequently. By the time opening morning arrives, the mature bucks have already sensed the increased human activity and have shifted to nocturnal patterns or moved to a different property altogether. Effective scouting should be done months in advance or from a distance using optics. Once the season draws near, the best thing you can do is leave the area as quiet as possible. Number 4. Neglecting scent control education. While you can't completely eliminate human scent, you can certainly minimize it. Many new hunters head into the woods wearing the same clothes they wore to the gas station or the diner. The smell of gasoline, fried food, and strong laundry detergent is completely foreign to the woods and acts as an immediate alarm for deer. Beginners often think that a quick spray of scent killer is enough, but true scent management starts at home. You should wash your hunting clothes in scent-free detergent, store them in airtight plastic bins, and only put them on once you arrive at your hunting location. Even the breath from your mouth and the sweat from your skin contribute to your scent cloud, so staying clean and using specialized soaps is a vital part of the documentary of a successful hunt. Number 5. Shooting beyond your effective range. The adrenaline of seeing a deer for the first time can make a hunter overconfident in their abilities. A common mistake is taking a shot that is simply too far for your current skill level or equipment. For a bow hunter, this might be a 40-yard shot in a high wind. For a rifle hunter, it might be a 300-yard shot without a solid rest. Beginners must spend time at the range during the off-season to know exactly where their limits lie. A successful hunt ends with a quick, ethical harvest, and that only happens when you have the discipline to let a deer walk away if the shot isn't within your comfortable, practiced range. Number 6. Looking for the whole deer. When you are scanning the brush, your brain is naturally looking for a full, clear image of a deer standing in an opening. However, in the thick woods where whitetails live, you will rarely see the entire animal at once. Beginners often overlook deer because they are looking for a brown body, rather than looking for a horizontal line in a vertical forest, the flicker of an ear, or the glint of an eye. You have to train your eyes to look for shapes and textures that don't belong. Sometimes all you will see is the curve of a leg or the white patch of a throat through a gap in the leaves. By breaking the forest down into small segments and looking for these tiny clues, you will begin to see deer that you would have otherwise walked right past. Number 7. Not practicing from an elevated position. Most deer hunting takes place from a tree stand, yet most beginners practice their shooting while standing on flat ground at the range. Shooting at a downward angle changes the physics of the shot and your point of aim. If you are a bow hunter, failing to bend at the waist while shooting from a stand can cause your arrow to fly high. For rifle hunters, the steep angle can change where the bullet enters and exits the deer's chest cavity. It is a classic mistake to buy a high-end stand and never climb a tree with your gear until the first morning of the hunt. Spending just one afternoon practicing from an elevated position can be the difference between a trophy on the wall and a story about the one that got away. Number 8. Underestimating the importance of the entry and exit. How you get to your stand is just as important as what you do once you are in it. Many beginners walk the easiest, most direct path to their hunting spot, which often involves walking right through the middle of a field or a known feeding area. If you spook the deer on your way in, your hunt is over before it begins. You must plan a stealth route that uses cover, such as creek beds or thick brush, to hide your silhouette. Additionally, you need to consider how you will leave the stand after dark. If you climb down and walk through a field where deer are currently feeding, you are educating them on your presence. A professional approach involves picking paths that keep you invisible and scent-free from start to finish. Number 9. Rushing the track after the shot. One of the hardest things for a new hunter to do is wait. After taking a shot, the natural instinct is to run over and see the deer. However, if the shot wasn't perfect, pushing a deer too soon will cause its adrenaline to spike, allowing it to run for miles into thick cover where it may never be found. Beginners often start tracking immediately, which bumps the deer from its first bedding spot. The rule of thumb in the hunting community is to wait at least 30 minutes for a heart or lung shot, and much longer for other types of hits. Giving the animal time to expire peacefully nearby ensures a much higher recovery rate. Patience during the tracking phase is just as critical as patience during the hunt itself. Number 10. Failing to prepare for the cold. It sounds simple, but many hunters cut their hunts short because they simply didn't dress for the elements. Sitting perfectly still for 4 or 5 hours in freezing temperatures is much different than walking around in the cold. Beginners often wear too many clothes while walking to the stand, which causes them to sweat. Once they sit down and that sweat cools, they become chilled to the bone within an hour. The secret is to dress in layers and carry your heavy outer gear to the stand, putting it on only after you have cooled down from the walk. If you are shivering, you cannot stay still, and you certainly cannot make an accurate shot. Being comfortable in your environment allows you to stay out longer, which significantly increases your chances of encountering a buck during the middle of the day. At the end, please share this video and comment your whitetail hunting experiences. Thanks for watching.